Hi guys, it's Jody. Today's video, I want to test out some new This Little Piggy Pigments that I have been sent. I am one of the testers, so I usually get a preview of what's coming down the pipeline, and there are some new piggies that are going to be released, I think early next month, August. I don't have an exact date yet, but when I do, I will let you know. But I've got some new piggies to test, and I have them mixed up here. I'm so excited to try them. I haven't even tried them yet myself off camera. I wanted to just do it on camera, so I'm gonna do a swipe today. Surprise. I love swipes. But again, I also have a new swipe tool that I want to try out. So, and I'm going to be kind of doing it a little bit different. I try to mix up my swipes so they're not, you know, just a boring same old swipe every time. And that's fun too, but you know, I do like to try new things, sometimes a little bit too much, but oh well, you can't learn if you don't try, right? So at any rate, today is going to be a swipe with some new piggies. So let's go get started having some fun. All right, for this piece, I've got a 12-inch round canvas. I get these at Hobby Lobby. It's about the same size as my spinner. And also with the This Little Piggy Pigments that I'm going to be testing out today, I also have a new swipe tool that I want to try out. And it looks like this. This one I got at Color Art. There are similar ones. I know Liquitex makes one, and I think Blick has their own too. And I usually get my swipe tools from Blick, but they have been out of this one, and I've been wanting this one specifically. So Color Art has them as well. And now I'm going to show you. I'm going to start showing you all of my paints before I actually lay down my pillow. That was kind of nice. My last video, I showed everything, because sometimes when I lay down my pillow first and then I start showing you the paints, the pillow just goes in different ways where I don't want it to go. So I am going to start showing you paints first. So the first new This Little Piggy Pigment that's going to be, say that 3 times, that's going to be coming out. And this one is called Venus, and it is just a beautiful soft pink. It's got a gold undertone to it, and that's the consistency. The pouring medium mix I'm using today with all of them is the Valspar Ultra High Gloss with the Varathane Triple Thick. I'll have everything at the beginning of this video in still shots. You can snapshot it, or it is in the description box down below. And then the second pigment we're going to be testing out is called Some More. It's a nice, it looks like a chocolatey brown. It's really pretty. And I just kind of felt like using these two together. Yeah, this has kind of this has a gold undertone as well. But here is the consistency of that mix up. I haven't added anything to thicken. This is just how they were, and I felt it was a good thickness. Both of these pigments. I didn't feel the need to add any gel gloss or Bear or anything else to thicken it up. And then I have a fluid color that I've had mixed up forever, and I'm forever trying to use it up. This guy. The Utrecht Fluid Acrylics, the Red Violet. I know you can't get it anymore, and I say it every time I use it. This is Dick Blick's brand, and I don't know if they are renaming it or rebranding it or just getting rid of it. You can't get this on the site anymore. You might be able to find it still in the store, but a similar one that I like to use, it's about a shade off, is the Golden Fluid Quinacridone Violet. It's a shade more towards magenta. And then the Amsterdam Red Violet is another one that's pretty close. So those are some options you have if you don't have a Dick Blick store by you and you can't get this anymore. I'm just using, I've got probably 2 more of these little containers. I'm just going to use it up, and I'll just keep telling you what you can use alternatively if you can't get it or you don't have any. But here's what this consistency is. And then I am going to use 2 different cell activators. I'm kind of going to, actually I'm going to show you the cell activators now, and then I'll explain how I'm going to do this swipe, because it's a little different than what I've used in the past, or what I've done in the past. So this first cell activator is the Amsterdam Oxide Black, and this one is mixed with the Australian Floetrol and the black at 4:1. And then I am also using a gold, this Amsterdam, it is the light gold. And I actually mixed this a little bit thicker. I wanted to see what would happen. This I actually mixed 3:1. So 3 parts of the Australian Floetrol and 1 part of paint. And it still runs off pretty good. I almost want to add a little bit more paint to it, but we're going to roll with it. Now, my idea here is I'm going to put the pillow down in a second and I'll tell you what we're using, but I'm going to put the 2 pigments down on here, and then on my swipe tool I am going to add the black cell activator. No, I'm going to add the gold first, and then I'm going to drizzle on the black, and then I'm also going to drizzle on that red violet on here, and then swipe it on the pigments, and we're gonna see what happens. So the pillow I've run out of my Glidden satin on my workbench. I haven't filled my container up, so I've got my Glidden, the Glidden Premium in the Eggshell. I want to put enough on, but I'm trying to go a little bit lighter handed with my paints. Because I always use a lot of paint, and whoa, didn't want that to go off, but that's okay. I always use a lot of paints, a lot more than probably I should. I'm still learning. You know, it's not always, okay, you need this amount for this canvas, particularly for the blooms technique. It's still a learning curve, even for myself. And usually I like more paint, but then that means I have to get more paint off. So I've been experimenting with less paint, and then, you know, if I need to add a little bit more around the edges to help it flow. Are we in? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, I have got the some more first, and I'm going to just put a healthy amount, just like right here. This is going to be an interesting swipe. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know how it's going to come out, and I've never done it this way before. Put that there. And then I've got the Venus, and I'm going to kind of overlap it a little. But I'm going to pretty much use all of it right there. All right, I am going to put the paint on my palette knife, and then I will show you what it looks like when we're ready to swipe. All right, I've got a healthy amount of that gold cell activator, and then I drizzled the black cell activator on, and then the red violet color. And I'm just gonna go like that and see what comes up. Anything? There's some stuff struggling here, but I see it. I need my little tool. Actually, there we go. I think I'm just going to put some cell activator on this, some black cell activator, and just kind of swipe here and maybe help that along a little bit. Oh, it's better. Move this up just a little. All right, now I want to do something right here. This is, I'm hoping will just come off. I'm not worried about it. What I really want to hold on to is a lot of stuff right here. All right, I'm going to use a bigger swipe tool. I've just got the black cell activator on there and then some of that red violet because I've got enough of the other right here. I just want to use the colors that are already there. Oops, wrong way. That looks pretty dang cool. I'll move that up just a little. And I don't mind those pillow cells. I don't know that I'm going to do any modifications because I kind of like the insert of colors. There's some cells in there and some things will open up when this gets turned. So I think I just want to leave it as is because all this, if I mess with it, it's just going to get tossed off anyways. I am going to add a little bit of pillow paint here and here just to help with the flow, but other than that, I think we're good. I might, no, I'm gonna leave it. All right, I will meet you over at the spinner box and we will go from there and see what this comes out to be. All right. Here's what that looks like before we spin it out. I think I just moved it up just a little bit. There we go. I think I'm just gonna slowly spin to expand it and see where we go. Woo! Move it down a little. I'll try and keep some of those cells. I don't mind if we have a little bit of negative space. We don't have a lot of paint on here to work with. I just added just a tiny bit of pillow paint in the bare spots. Wow. Gosh, that's that's really pretty. That's something different. That is completely something different, and I don't know why I decided to put the Venus with the some more and use gold cell activator, but something was saying just do it, it'll be fine. I think this is pretty dang cool. I just want to move this down just a little. I don't have a lot of paint on here, so I'm not getting a lot of movement, but I just want to try and get just this little corner right here just to go over. That is it. That is so cool. And what you're not seeing is, you can see the, I don't want to point, I've got I've got paint on my hands, but over here, the white cells you see from the pillow, there's actually iridescence in them. You can't really see it dead on, but I'll show you on the flyover, but this is so cool. I was kind of envisioning something sort of like this, so I'm pretty happy. I am pretty happy with this. And the Simore and the Venus kind of mix to make this really beautiful, almost mauve-y color too. But there is some areas where it's just Venus and then the Simore. So, all right, I am calling this one done. I don't know the orientation on it yet, but that's all right. Wow, that is so cool. And there's more. there's bubbles that are popping, and there's more little cells popping up as the cell activator is still sinking. So there's what that one looks like. I'm going to get cleaned up and I will bring you over for the flyover of this guy. All right, here is the flyover of this guy. I don't even know where to start. This has just made the coolest cells. And I'm glad I made that that gold cell activator a little bit thicker because it's sticking around. Sometimes it just sinks too much and you don't even see it, but it's kind of floating in there. And a lot of these little tiny pink bubbles, or bubbles, well, they do look like bubbles. Those little cells, one of the paints was a little bit bubbly, so I did have some air bubbles. But if they pop in different colors and they're not just white pillow paint, I'll just leave them. If they're excessive, I'll just take a toothpick and push some of them back down. But I love what this made right here. The combination of the S'more and the Venus, and it just kind of made this really pretty looking color. I don't even know what to call it, but it's just gorgeous. And I love that gold lacing in there. That's why I didn't want it to sink too much. You can actually see it. It's almost prominent. So that was the method behind my madness for that. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with this. I am super excited to see how this dries, and I will be back once it's dried to show you the results. And I'm back to show you the piece that you just saw me do, and it dried beautifully. It was actually more than I expected it to be. I wasn't quite sure how this swipe was going to go since it was a new tool, and kind of the way I was swiping it, how I put the color on, and that was newer for me. And I love this piece. Not gonna lie. So here it is as a whole before I start moving it around. It did get some nice, I mean, it dried just beautifully. You can see the gloss from the Valspar Ultra, the high gloss. This is how it dries. I mean, in here is more the pillow paint, so it's a little bit more matte, and that's completely normal. And then there's a lot of nice shimmers. This part right here, when it was wet, it almost looked like a mauve color, but it dried more brown. That's the S'more peeking out, and then this really is the Venus. But I love how I'm glad I used both the gold and the black. It just kind of gave it, and all these little cells that popped up just kind of added to it. And I just love it. That's all. I might actually keep this one for myself. That's how much I love it. And I didn't realize, I thought it was just white in here, but as it dried, you can see these faint little cells in here too. So that's how she dried, and I couldn't be more pleased, as you can tell by my reaction right now. So I want to hear your thoughts about this swipe. Have you done a similar swipe? Have you used a tool similar? Let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I had so much fun putting it together. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.